Good morning, everybody. I want to present our research. We talk about different electrical vehicle charging station. We propose different scenario, and one of these scenario is in Barcelona, and we analyze the economical study.
And I'm Beatriz Amante. This presentation is divided in introduction, objectives, methodology, some results, and conclusions. At first, I want to express because or why we work in this subject. As you can see in the picture, we have a lot of pollution in Barcelona, and it's for that the government decided to change the mobility and to change to the vehicle electrical mobility as soon as possible. According to recent studies conducted by the Netherlands Environmental Assessment Agency, the major disadvantages of the electrical mobility solution are the driving range of vehicle electrical and the practical problem associated to the battery charging. Nevertheless, the high cost of installation and high charging structure and the difficulty associated to the drawing large amount of energy from electrical grid ensure that overnight standard charging will remain the most common model of vehicle charging for the next years. Fast charging is most desirable because the people want to charge the vehicle and continue the activity, but the impact of power peaks are really high, and it's for that we introduce this topic, or this topic is really important. Fast charging is more or less 20 minutes, and normally the stations are connected to the grid, and it's important to know or to study which is the best public space to put this fast charging station. It's for that fast charging station need a lot of installation powers, that they need a lot of public space. Also close to the transformer because we need to minimize the losses, and we use the ESS making them more flexible. The main objective of this study have been to analyze the potential of the fast charging station on the outskirts of Barcelona. This is an example, but we are analyzing different structures of a station. To do this research, we take into account the following data. At first, the time of charging batteries that we say is 20 minutes more or less in the fast chargers. After we first time calculation of battery charging, and for that we need the number of cars, or we use the number of cars sold in recent years, the percent of electrical vehicles sold in recent years. From here, and knowing the number of cars that stop in the target station, we calculate the percent of cars that we will be electric in this global number of cars here stop in this station. After that, we use all the this to calculate the case of study. In this moment, we prepare different scenario, but we start with one that is used in AP7 in Barcelona, Tarragona, and after that we present the cost, or we calculate the cost of the facility and economic study of this case study. As we can see in this table, we have the technical characteristics of the different cars sold in Spain, and we use that to know exactly the average of kilowatt hour that we need to charge, and we calculate the fast charging only in 80%, and if the average is 55 kilowatt hour more or less, we need to, for each car, we need to charge 44 kilowatt hour more or less. Consider of the cars that we are in empty batteries, because it's more easy for the first calculation. Then we have two types of chargers. One is 50 kilowatts and the other is 100 kilowatts. The time consuming to charge is really different, as you can see in the slide. And we take in account the second type of charger that is more or less 25-26 minutes to charge. The location is a public station that exists right now, and is in the highway, but you can put this station in different ways or in different places, but we define different scenario in highways and in the country, inside of the country, because if you can see in the different articles or papers, you have some examples in the different way, and they don't have any conclusion of who is the best place to put this station. In the first scenario that we are studying is in the highway. I said in the highway between Barcelona and Tarragona, and is in the AP7 highway. For that we take the number of cars that in the year, more or less average, per day they stop in this station, and we take also the cars that are sold in Spain, electric cars, the total of cars, and electrical and hybrid cars, and we calculate the percent of electrical cars that we can have, and with that we calculate the number of electric cars that we can have in total, and after that we calculate the number of cars that they pass and they stop in this charging station. With all of this calculation we have a number of cars that we can have in a day in this station. After that we distribute the charging section for fast charger over the day, and this is an example that you can see in the reference. And we obtain that more or less or simultaneously we have two cars, and this for that we put only two chargers in this station at first. To calculate the revenue that we can obtain, we use the personal utilization, the power that we sold, and the tariff that we have. And with all of this data, we obtain the revenue that you can see in the slide. After that, we need to calculate the cost of the installation. This is a first approximation, and we have a calculation with a fast charging infrastructure in 50 kilowatts, and we have three parts: the hardware facility to do the fast charging, with a cost unit 40,000 euros, and after the installation in general, and the installation of SESS that we can put in our station. I said that we have two chargers, and we put the cost 2 times, and you have see here the cost, the total amount of the cost of the fast charging infrastructure station, and as you can see, the ROI is negative. What does mean? And we need to study more details, but it is necessary to go in deep to the study, carry out other scenario, and take into account all the cost of the infrastructure installation. In the other hand, photovoltaic generation should be taken into account with batteries at the same time to optimize the cost and the price of the charge station. And we thought that highway is a good option, but maybe the second scenario that we propose in the middle of the city is the best one, but that's depend of the battery that we have in the car and the driving habits that the people have. Thank you so much.